Sam, I do want to go with you and just kind of ask, and I know that we've talked on this program before some about some of the science behind masks, and there's people saying you should, some saying you shouldn't, some saying maybe in between. But what about even just being, quote unquote, forced to wear a mask, whether it's a store, a chain, or a local store that says, hey, no shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service, or whether it's, the mayor of Washington, D.C. saying you have to have a mask anytime you're in public, even if it's outside. Is there a difference between those?
There is. And again, it goes back to the issue I've been trying to speak about here, the matter of authority. If government mandates, and it's not law, but a directive out of an executive branch, then it's not law, and it's not legitimately enforceable under the law. That's why across this country, sheriffs, many state police, local law enforcement, Pennsylvania here, there are many DAs and sheriffs and judges themselves who have said they won't even consider a case. They're not going to arrest anybody, and they're not going to take them to jail, and the DAs are not going to prosecute anything relative to a mask. Why is that? Because ultimately, if they were to go before the judge, they have to cite the law, right? But there is no law to cite because it's a directive out of an executive branch, which is not the law. So that's one part of the equation. The other is if a private business says, I'm not going to let you in my store unless you have all these things, well, it is the right of that local private entity to do that. Now, if they're asking people to do things that people don't want to do, then people have the ability to say, well, I'm not going to shop here anymore. And that is the right. And if that business or retail says, I don't care if all my customers go down the road to someone who does not have this imposition, that's why some of these retailers that imposed, in the case of the mask mandate, are already backing off of it. Because people are saying, I'm not going to shop there anymore. So now if government is trying to tell the retailers, which in some cases they are, we're going to tamper with your business license, or we're going to threaten or intimidate you unless you impose this and actually become the lawmaker and the policeman to do our job for us. If that intimidation is going on, then in fact you have another legal problem that's happening and so forth. It depends on how it is being done and who, but these are the kind of things that if they're brought back to what is the law and what is the authority, it tends to uncomplicate a great deal what's being done.